Hi friends, Elizabeth here. I am so glad you are here on this journey with me. It is nice to see that you're coming back and showing up for yourself. So just for showing up for yourself, good job. All right. Now I want you to think about what you are thankful for that happened in this last week. What is going well for you, either right now or what has been going well for you over the course of the last week? When we start off with gratitude, it actually changes what's happening in our bodies. So we have our sympathetic and our parasympathetic nervous systems. And when we turn on that gratitude, we're activating the parasympathetic nervous system. And that allows us to relax. It allows us to digest our food. It is essential that we be able to switch over into that grateful, thankful, healthy side of ourselves. So good job. All right. Now, did you experience any challenges from last week to this week? Last week, you were going to pick something in a place that makes you focus on your goal. And you are going to, whenever you look at that, get reminded of your goal and why you want to meet your goal, right? How did that go this week? You are also this week going to try to make one change with your diet, just what you're eating, something that is healthier than what you've been doing before. Maybe that was that you were going to add more leafy greens to your meals, or to at least one meal a day. Maybe that was that you weren't going to eat at a fast food restaurant for every single meal. You're going to try to prepare some food for yourself. Maybe that was you're not going to get French fries when you go out and get something to eat. How did you do with that dietary goal for this week? All right, the other piece we were looking for last week was how did you do on your movement? Did you find yourself taking more steps? Did you find yourself looking for excuses to move your body around? Did you get on that exercise bike you've had for years and not used? How did it go? All right. So if that went well for you, pat yourself on the back. When you meet your goals, you build trust in yourself. You feel like you can trust yourself more. And one of the things that we work on a lot with life coaching and with health coaching is learning to trust your gut instincts, because your gut has a lot of wisdom. Your body knows things, right? It does. It knows things. And tapping into that wisdom is really important. And the more that you trust yourself, the better that connection between your body and your brain will function, and the better off you will be overall. All right. So next, here for session 2, let's move into an important topic, and this is going to be one of your action steps for this week. If you didn't meet your goal, if you caught yourself snarfing chips, eating ice cream, doing something that wasn't in line with your goal, I want you to approach that in a different way from just being mad at yourself. Okay, if you are mad at yourself, you're turning on the sympathetic nervous system, which is your fight or flight response, and you can't heal anything when you're mad at it. Okay? So we're going to try to turn on that parasympathetic, that relaxation, that rest and digest response, okay, as much as we can. And if we find ourselves eating chips and we get mad at ourselves, here's a new tactic. If you find yourself looking at the bag of chips hidden in the cupboard where you hid it from yourself, find yourself looking at that bag of chips, notice that you're looking at that bag of chips. This is very powerful because when you notice, you're behaving like a scientist. And when you're behaving like a scientist, you can problem solve. So you look at that bag of chips, and instead of saying, "Ooh, I'm so bad," you say, I'm looking at the bag of chips. Why am I looking at the bag of chips? You might think, well, the chips are salty. Maybe my body wants something salty. Hey, if you've been moving your body a whole lot more, maybe your body really needs something more salty. And then you think to yourself, as a scientist, you got your science cap on, what's another healthier option that I could choose besides the chips that would get me the salt that my body is telling me it needs or wants? So I love pistachios, and I get salted pistachios. So that's one of my go-tos in that particular situation. Maybe there's another food that you like that is a healthier choice than the chips, and that could satisfy that desire, right? All right, what about I'm reaching for the cookies? Or I'm going for the candy. First step, notice. I really want that milk chocolate bar. Okay. Then the science cap comes on and says, what's a healthier option besides snarfing that milk chocolate bar? How about some dark chocolate? Dark chocolate is actually a healthy fat. So dark chocolate is a healthy fat. It has fiber in it. It is good for you. So what if you could satiate that craving for the milk chocolate by having some dark chocolate, or maybe a little bit of dark chocolate and a few nuts? These are really good options that are much healthier. Okay, so practice that this week. That's one of the things that we'll do as an action step is don't hate, right? Don't hate. We're turning on compassion, okay? And we're turning on our scientific thinking. So we will notice and we will come up with an alternative, okay? All right, so another thing for this week, can you keep a diary of the things that you eat? For the next 7 days, write down or take a picture of everything that you are putting in your mouth. Morning cup of coffee, take a picture or write it down. Breakfast, take a picture or write it down. Coming up on a mid-morning doldrums, that blood sugar goes a little bit lower because breakfast is kind of wearing off, and you're like, if you go for a snack, take a picture of it, okay? Over the course of the next 7 days, honesty is really important with this, okay? Because we want to get a baseline. How are you doing? What are you actually eating, okay? A lot of people think, if I get the chips and I only eat the little bitty pieces that are broken off in the bottom of the bag, it doesn't really count. Or if I go for that jar of cookies and I only eat the pieces that are, broken at the bottom, doesn't really count. Or, oh, my daughter is getting ice cream. I could just have one spoonful. Like, it doesn't really count. But the thing is that it does count, okay? And so I'm not telling you not to eat it. I'm just telling you, notice like a scientist, right? We're getting baseline data. We're going to write down or take a picture of everything that you eat or drink over the course of 1 week, okay? So being honest about that is really, really important. And I want you to keep up or up the game with your diet goal and with your movement goal, okay? So those are the things for this week, all right? So we're gonna have compassion for ourselves and treat ourselves like scientists with our diet, okay? If we notice ourselves going for something that is off our diet, then we're going to notice. We're not judging, we're noticing. And we may offer ourselves something that is a healthier choice. We're going to record either by writing down or taking a picture of what we're eating this week for 1 whole week. And we're going to continue with our diet goal and our movement goal. Okay, so those are our action steps for this week. I am thankful for you, and I hope that you have a wonderful week. I will see you next Monday.